That's better. Right, boys and girls. It's a wee repair job that's been on the back burner for a while. Have here a couple of Impact sound cards. Yeah, we are doing this in the dark. It's late at night, never mind. I'll just get that set ready. Right. Ugh. Got one here that works. It works absolutely fine. It came out the Camelot. I think that sounds a bit scratchy. But these two here, they cause the machine not to boot. That one there doesn't boot at all. That one there, I believe it crashes the machine. But, right, so there's no schematics exist for these, and well, I could draw them, but there is an old test you can do. You can do what's called the reverse dial test. Now, on this long crocodile lead there, I've got the red. The red's on this lead to the ground. And what you do the reverse dial test on an IC is you put your black lead on the 5V pin like that. So what I'm effectively doing here is I've got the black on the 5V and the red on the 0, and I'm doing a dial test backwards through the chip. Now you might think, well, how the hell does that work? Well, there's lots of little transistor junctions and dial junctions and stuff in these chips. So usually, believe it or not, most integrated electronics work by having parts the wrong way around, and they're actually blocking you sending signals in rather than sending signals out, etc. Stuff like that. Bit hard to explain, but anyway, you will more often or not get some sort of reading on a dial test between the power pins of a chip if you read it backwards. I mean, you'll get reading forwards as well, but it's more indicative if you read it backwards. So this is a working board, and I get the same readings on this board as I get on my Camelot. And as you can see there, we've got a junction voltage through the chip of about 0.3. I could test that on all of them. Sorry, it's a wee bit dark, hard to do in the dark. You can test that there, we've got 373. Test again, we've got 375, right. So that's from a working board. Now, I'm bending these. Yeah, you get what you pay for. I'm bending my test probes already. Oh, never mind. Right, so if I move over to this card now, see, I'll try to do everything on camera. Hold on. Get that nice and secure on there. Oh, excuse me 1 minute. I want to get on these out of the same ground I was before. You'll be seeing sod off a minute. There we are. Right, I'm on the same ground I was on before on this one, but I'm now on this card. Now this is the card that doesn't boot the machine. The machine sits stuck. I think the complaint was the machine sits stuck in reset. But when you remove this card and then reboot the machine, it runs. So, you see the difference? You see? That's quite clearly different. That's very different. In this one we're getting about 0.3. This one we're only getting about 0.1, 0.18. See, it's even trying to fire a buzz at me from time to time. And it's the same right now. That indicates to me if the readings on the working card and the readings on this card as well match the working card, even though this one caused the crash as well. This one's crashing the machine for a different issue. I think I know what's wrong with this one. That indicates to me that there's something different in the composition of one of these chips because it's causing. I mean, when you do a diode test on it, a logic IC in a circuit like this where they're all on the same power rail, it could be any one of these that's bad. But there's clearly something wrong because I'm getting a marked difference in the reading I get on the reverse test from this card to this card. Now if I just jam this in here, see if I can get this to sit. Well, that's it. Hold on, let me find something. I will employ this roll of tape right now. Yes, we employ anything. In fact, we'll stick it in here. I need that to sit in there. It's not gonna. Right, there we go. That's good enough. Okay. See if I can actually.
Okay, let me just have a look. You lie down again.
Sorry about the weird camera position. Look at the reading now. I've lifted the PAL chip. Now watch. The PAL chip's bad. The PAL chip's quite clearly bad. Because when you take it out, excuse me. Oh, the junction voltage now. Very different. So we'll just double check here. We'll remove this, and we'll see what sort of a junction voltage we get off of this one. Sorry again, you're going to get a crazy ass position. Just do the same, just pull it up. Yeah, see. This causes a drop. Anyway, it's only 368 compared to the 0.18 I was getting on that, and then when you remove the PAL chip, you're getting 1.5, which matches the other one. Now, I can even just take the ground off here. You know, just ground it on. Well, not ground. I've got my red lead on the ground down there, and yeah, we're getting 5.3. If I just set that there, yeah, PAL chip's bad. PAL chip's obviously bad. It shouldn't cause that much of a marked difference. There is something gone with this PAL. Oh God, we're not focusing in. There we go, it's a bit better. Something's clearly wrong with the PAL chip because it's dropping the voltage right down on the diode test. Now this is a PAL CE chip, so I can program one easy enough if I find a working one. And I've got a working one sitting right here. So what I was planning to do is, just as a test, and I'll pause it for a minute, I'm going to take one out the other card. I'll take the one out the working card and I'll put it in here. And see what results I get now. And there we go. We've got the PAL chip for this board in here now. And the reading matches a working one. So the PAL chip's bad. So I reckon by just doing that, could very well be that this board's now working. So I'll need to go off and program a sound ROM now, but I'm pretty confident that one is now going to be working. Right, I ran out of time last night. it's the next morning. There's your sound card on there with the new PAL chip. And let's see what happens. I put a 10p credit in it the other day when I was playing it. Oop, that's bouncing. Let's see. Yeah, ignore the stuck button, by the way. This has always been on the wrong ROMs. When I got it, the original ROMs were stuffed. Close it up. Should be a 10p credit in it. But I think that proves you've got sound. And I think that proves the sound card is now working. Comes up with 1 credit though. Yep, sound works. So that program card, that program card will now be bringing its way back to you, along with another one. We'll change the PAL out. Do apologise for ear-splittingly loud sound. I've got a Kenwood speaker in there. Works beautifully, but it blows the windows out. Oh yeah, there's my little battery mod. I might as well just throw this in the video for Mr. Marshall, who should be watching. You can get these baby monitor and mobile and cordless phone batteries for a couple of quid. And they come ready flywired. You just have to add an extension lead. And then you can set it up there, or usually I just set mine down here. I'll do it up there for now. Yeah, that is all working a treat now. So, 1 down, 1 to go. I shall report back in a future video when I get the second sound card running, and then we'll put the 2 main boards in as well. There's the main board that has no lamps. Well, that's an easy enough fix. That your lamp drives come from these 2 drivers here and then go through the transistors. There'll be a transistor blown out. The main board that doesn't boot at all, there's a trick you can do where you can swap these 2 ICs over. They're both identical, it's just each of these ICs has 2 circuits in one, and it uses a connection on the bottom of the IC to determine which half of the circuit works, if you know what I mean. They're both, one's a duplicate of the other, just one works as one circuit and one's the other. And we'll see how we get on. But as you can see, she's all running. Right. And we'll leave that one at that.